There seems to be a paradigm shift happening over at Marvel Studios, and it looks like the studio very much wants to focus on making Marvel Studios films a spectacle and giving the TV side of things a bit of a slowdown and making more standalone series a priority on Disney Plus. So as far as we know, and from everything we've heard and seen, while Echo and Moon Knight are a part of the MCU, and obviously their stories take place in that universe and that world, they're seen as standalone tales, where you don't need to watch it to understand everything that's going on in the MCU, and they're not the ones that are like setting up the giant crossover. So if you're not contributing to whatever the giant saga direction is, you're considering more of a standalone project that just exists in the MCU, much like the Netflix shows were, the Hulu shows, ABC, and all that. So according to brand new reports, and if you read between the lines with what's been said by Bob Iger and, of course, Kevin Feige and other executives, it sounds like Marvel Studios is going a lot more in the standalone direction for Disney+, aka films will be important. All the films, we want them to help set up the saga. On TV, you're going to have small elements of it, and yes, there's a reverb effect from the films and the big stuff into TV. TV characters will show up in the films and cross over, but if you skip Echo's story, it's not required viewing for Daredevil and for something like the next Spider-Man. If you skip Moon Knight, you don't need to know that he fought a giant god in Egypt. It's not important to the bigger MCU, but if you watched it, it enhances the universe. So it looks like that's the approach going forward, and in my opinion, that's great. That's exactly how it should be. I was never one of the people that was so upset that the MCU films never mentioned Daredevil or anything like that, because there wasn't really any reason to do that. And there still isn't, up until there's natural crossover. And now we're slowly seeing to start those crossovers pop up, but people now hate them and they're saying, well, I don't want it because it's forced on me. I don't want to watch the Disney stuff. When they argued the Netflix stuff was what they wanted to be required watching. So I think Marvel has realized, don't listen to the vocal idiots. I think that's the word I want to use. Sure. Just do what works best. And it sounds like they figured it out. Make smaller scale shows, stand on their own, but make sure that they're quality.